Hi everyone, welcome back to 78 Reflections. We're going outside today. Let me show you where I'll be filming from. So it is quite a mild winter's day, and I'm going to take you to my tree net, which is right here. This is a beautiful oasis that my daughter built for me that I will be filming from today, and you can see it has 2 stories. I'm going to film from here today, but I wanted to show you the environment we're in before I get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to 78 Reflections. I'm so glad you're here. Today I wanted to talk to you about seasonal shifts, and I'm thinking about making this a series. So if you like this, let me know that if you're interested in seeing more of these. Over the last couple of years, I found myself tuning in more deeply to the wheel of the year, aligning with the 8 Sabbaths. And where I live, a lot of people think that we have 4 seasons, but I think we actually have 8. And rather than thinking about spring, summer, fall, and winter, I think of first spring, first summer, second summer, first autumn, second autumn, first winter, and second winter. And they really do align beautifully with the 8 Sabbaths. And I used to mark these very rigidly on my calendar, but what I've realized is there's actually a very natural flow between the seasons. One of the spaces, though, that I've become especially attuned into, and that is that liminal space between Yule and Imbolc. I've noticed that I'll naturally feel ready to shift between the seasons. So for example, in second autumn in Samhain, there will come a time where I feel ready to shift into Yule and the first winter. But there's this space between Yule and Imbolc that feels like a bit of a liminal space for me. It's like a quiet gap. It feels like a threshold, a space where something is not happening yet, but it's unfolding. And for me, this space feels quiet, foggy, somewhat undefined. And I've come to think of this space as the witch's rest, this liminal space between Yule and Imbolc. It's like this time where we're neither fully here yet nor fully there. And it's a pause. And it's not because nothing is happening, but it's a period of integration. So for me, what that looks like is letting insights settle into my body rather than trying to act or plan. It's trusting that integration is as important as action. And during this time, I am not planning for the year. I'm not reinventing myself. I'm not setting New Year's resolutions. I'm not even really trying to decide what comes next. I'm letting what's already moved within me at solstice settle and find its place within me. And so I find during this time I'm more inclined to reflect rather than plan. I'm more likely to journal, and rather than doing big card spreads for the year ahead, I tend to want to stick with my alchemy spreads that have become so comfortable for me. I also tend to want to spend a lot of time alone and in nature. And rather than resisting this time, I'm leaning into it. I also find I'm more aware of my sensitivity during this period to light, noise, speed, and pressure. And I want to lean into my own inner knowing and block out the outside noise or the expectations. So I wanted to talk about this today because I'm wondering if other people are experiencing this as well during this period where there feels like so much pressure to new year, new me, plans, resolutions. So I thought maybe some of you might be feeling the way I am. So I thought maybe we'd pull some cards together. So if you don't know, I'm not going to move my camera just yet. At the end, I'll move it and show you. I'm in my tree net. My daughter built me a beautiful tree net, and I love it. It's one of my favorite places. I don't usually sit right here where I'm sitting, but this seemed like a good camera angle. So I have been working with the Wildwood Tarot, which seems perfect for this season. So what I wanted to do is pull 3 cards. Usually I do a bit of an alchemy spread. I have some questions that I want to ask. And the first card I want to ask, what is still integrating within me? I have a tray here. I'm going to try not to bump the camera, but let me just see. Let me just see what comes up for what is still integrating within me. Maybe you want to pull a card, or maybe, oops, you want to go with my card. So the first card for what is integrating within me is an Ace of Bows. And the key word is spark of life. You know, when I think of the spark of life, I think of our passion and our inspiration. And one of my favorite YouTube people to follow for interpreting cards is the Brinth, and she talks about the ace as being an integration step, not an action step. And so I think that's perfect. And for me, what is still integrating within me, this Ace of Bows, the spark of life, is really affirming to me this witch's rest. And that I don't have to focus, I don't have to force myself to know what's next. I don't have to force myself to feel inspired or spring into action. It's okay to allow for this integration of this spark. So let's move on to card 2. And the question I want to ask is, what needs to rest right now rather than be in action? And just see what comes up. Okay. It's a little bit precarious here, my setup. Don't want to lose all my cards. Here we have the Ace of, another Ace. This is the Ace of Stones, or the Ace of Pentacles, foundation of life. What needs to rest? I think this card is reminding me that I already have a strong foundation. The physical or material parts of my life, the pentacles often speak to, is already solid. And so I can rest right now, and I can trust in that. I don't need to plant or build or form. I can rest in this space of knowing, of confidence, that I have this foundation. There's nothing I need to do. It already is. So my last card is, what is quietly taking root beneath the surface? Oops. Really want to talk to me today, these cards. Wow, look at this card. This is the Two of Bows, which is wands in this deck. Look at all that fire. So the question I asked was, what is quietly taking root beneath the surface? This is really interesting because I also think this card is another bit of reassurance. It's that spark that I'm integrating right now, and that foundation that I can rest with is what's needed now. And this, what is quietly taking root beneath the surface, is decision. And so I think that tells me that I can trust for this time of integration to bring forward this spark, and that when the time is right, I'll be on fire like this guy is. I want to pull one more card. So I have this folia, just got it, and I want to pull one card, final closing message from this deck. What is a closing message for me during the Witch's Rest? Okay. Success. Gradual success with thoughtful actions. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful wrap up for this reading. So, you know, taken together, I read these cards as offering me reassurance that the energy of the Witch's Rest is exactly what I need right now. That liminal space to integrate that spark of life, to rest in my foundation, and to trust the slow, natural emergence of direction beneath the surface for this ladder that's going to lead to a successful year ahead. So if you are like me and you're feeling for a time of quiet, rest, integration, let's be confident that we're not behind. We're just allowing ourselves to be in the natural space that this season allows for, in this liminal space between Yule and Imbolc, and trust that when the time is right, we'll be ready for our seasonal shift into second winter, where I live, Imbolc. So thank you for being with me here today. I'm gonna pick up this camera, but in case it goes awry and I have to edit the video out, I want to thank you for being here. Please like the video if you do, subscribe if you want to hear more from me, and I would love to hear from you if you are going to be engaging in the Witch's Rest with me. I just want to see if I can show you. So this is me in my yard, and this is my tree net, my beautiful tree net that my daughter built for me. And until next time.